I can't sleep. I kind of wanted to talk about, should I say the D word? Not that one, the other one. Depression. Okay, so the reason I want to talk about this is because I don't understand. I'm hoping that by talking about it, maybe I can understand a little better, makes some sort of sense, or if not me, then maybe you might have something that can help me, some advice. Or maybe you just need to know that you're not the only one that feels like this. I don't know if I have depression as it is. I've been to therapy. Some therapists have told me that I do have some sort of depression. And then this last therapist that I visited, she told me that I have the emotional mind of a little kid, and that I haven't been able to become an adult in that matter. That's why I don't know how to emotionally react properly, I guess. I don't know. My emotions react as a child's emotions. There is this voice in my head, one of the many, that whenever something's wrong, literally it throws a tantrum. The point is, I don't know if I have depression. I've read and I've seen and I've heard definitions of depression and symptoms, and these include insomnia, or sleeping too much, or not eating, or eating too much, always feeling down, or not always, but the majority of your day you feel sad. I do have some symptoms, but not exactly as they put them. I'm gonna explain from my point of view what I'm going through with this thing that's happening. First of all, I feel very different. I look back to the Alejandra that was in college and in high school and when I was a kid and all of that, and I see a completely different person. I am proud of that girl. I was happy. I didn't have negative thoughts. I was positive. I remember I would always automatically expect everything to go okay. And if it didn't, I'll be so whatever. Or I didn't care as much. I don't remember. I certainly didn't feel these feelings before, ever. It started in my last year of college, so now I'm different. I don't know what happened in my brain. If it's chemical, if it's only emotional, if it's psychological, I don't know. But now, it's I'm completely different. Now, I automatically go to negativity. My brain just goes there all the time. But not true, because it's not all the time. I do have good days. I could go 2 weeks maybe without having any, I call them my depression moments or my down moments. And I call them moments because it's not it doesn't last more than a day or two maybe. That's the longest that it lasts, at least lately. I don't know if that's progress. It doesn't feel like progress. It feels like progress when I'm happy. This is what it is. This is why I'm so frustrated, because when I'm happy or content or not in my depressive states, I'm just I'm okay. I can feel positivity. I believe it and I accept it. I remember when I'm happy, I think about when I was in my depression moment, and I'm why did I feel so bad about that? It's no big deal. It's totally fixable. This problem, of course, it has a solution. Positivity. I'm able to do it. But then, as soon as that thing happens, I don't know what happens, but something happens in my brain. Half the time is out of nowhere, and half the time there's a reason, there's some trigger or something bad happened in my day, and that particular thing just made the feeling start, and then the feeling stays. I feel pain 150% rather than the normal 100% that people feel. I don't know. I feel I feel it more than normal people. Can't control it. I've tried. I can't. I don't know why I feel so much, and that's why I say I don't want to feel anymore so much. I feel too much. See, I cry for everything. So I'm gonna try to explain, show you with an example, the closest that I can to what's happening inside my mind whenever I get into these like real deep depressive states. But this is what happens. So it begins with one negative thought and it just goes from there, and I can't stop. Okay, let's just, before, when I used to work at the retail store, I have been working there for 1 month. Everything had been fine, but then I had one of my depressive states while being at work, which hadn't happened before. Physically demanding job, and also emotionally, because you always had to be like there for the customers. So when this moment that I got my depression thing while being there was nowhere to hide, and I would start thinking like, oh my god, like I can't believe that I've only been here for 1 month and I already hate this job. Like, I hated it. I hated being there. I hated the lights. I hated the music. I hated the clothes, like all around. I hated having to handle the hangers, my fingers, my nails got destroyed, they don't grow anymore. All of these things, like, I know they sound like insignificant things, or like it doesn't matter like very much, or you shouldn't be like depressed about those things. I know that, and well, that's also one of the reasons that makes me feel horrible, like a horrible person. Like, it makes me feel weak, that I can't emotionally survive this job that millions of people have. A lot of my fellow employees were students as well, so they were having school and a job, which I have no idea how you do that. I don't think I can do it. I got distracted. Anyway, what happens in my mind? So there's one negative thought, and then it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here. It's been a month and I already hate it. I'm so weak. Like, I can't do this. Like, and then that leads me to like, I'm letting my husband down because he needs, you know, me to help him financially, and I want to help him. I don't want to be a burden. I always feel like a burden. I don't want to bother anybody with my problems. Whenever I start feeling bad, he always asks me like, what's wrong? And at first I just tell him like, nothing, but it's not because I don't want to tell him what's wrong. It's because I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want him to think that he's not making me happy, or that he's making me unhappy. So I'm like, no, I'm fine. I just don't want to bother anybody. So I have this moment, you get it, like I just can't get out of it. Like, and then when I'm in this state, everybody tells me like, think positive. If you're having all these negative thoughts, fight them with positive thoughts. And I try that, and so I start to enlist like all the things. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start thinking about all the things that are going great in my life. Oh my god, I live in a great city. I have a great husband that loves me and I love him. I have his family. I have my family back in Mexico. I have all these people that love me and I love them. I have this beautiful house. I have a roof. I have food. I have a job. I have these 2 wonderful dogs. The thing is, when I'm in this depressive state, I think these things and they just feel like facts, and they don't actually make me feel better. And then that makes me feel worse, because I'm like, why doesn't it make me feel better? Like, what an ungrateful bitch I am. Like, why? What? Why doesn't it work? Why can't I just be like, look at all you have, you're fine, like, you're great, you don't have anything to cry about. But here I am. So now this makes me feel like I'm so weak and useless and pathetic, and I'm ungrateful, and I don't want to be, and I want to change that, but I don't know how. Am I just naturally a bad person? Like, is it so hard for me to be good and nice? Yeah, this is usually how it goes. It just goes and never stops. But then, say, finally I go to sleep, I wake up the next day and I'm like so happy. I'm like, what was that about last night? Like, that was weird. What was I thinking? Of course, like, I'm so grateful I have this is amazing, and like, and then I'm back to like normal. And then when I'm there, I think like, oh my god, yes, I'm making progress, like, I'm being positive, I can do this, progress. And then as soon as it happens again, it's like all of that progress just disappears. I don't know, I feel like I'm doing the opposite of progress. So I don't know if I'm depressed, because do I have to be sad all the time to be depressed? How can I make myself feel better if the only thing I do naturally is criticize myself? I can't stop. I don't know how to stop. Keep on trying, you know. So yeah, that's basically it. One thing is for sure. I had never been more real with you, with you, internet. I have no makeup on right now. Literally, I was in bed. I just needed to express all these things and try to explain to make sense. I don't know if you have any idea. If you relate, if this happens to you, please tell me in the comments below. Maybe so I can feel less alone. Maybe we can help each other. I don't feel like saying all the subscribe stuff because I don't feel. I'm sorry if I brought you down. I'm sorry if this video is like just a storm of negativity. I'm sorry. This is my reality. Yes, I'm a privileged human being, but that doesn't mean that I can't have mental health problems. Okay, I don't know. I'm just gonna go, and hopefully tomorrow I'll wake up and magically be happy again. That sometimes happens. Bye guys, hope you're doing well. See you in the next one. Good night.